So I decided to pick up and keep playing Elder Scrolls Online because I thoroughly enjoyed the simplicity of the game, at least for now. What I did not expect was to be completely overwhelmed by shirtless cats that all vaguely sound a bit Russian. Then I meet Mizik Thunderboots, legendary detective that takes us on a hunt to find a missing person, but it turns out that it's not exactly what we thought it was. Anyway, here's what happened. We start out on the prowl as we are looking for an animal rescue that was just attacked by a dragon. Apparently, here in Elsyweyr, there are dragons. Well, anyway, while I'm still sprinting at full speed at all times, I run into Sarazi, this angry Russian shirtless cat who immediately insults me like, ouch, dude, this is why my character wears a helmet. It's to hide the pain. Well, he tells me about Predator's Mesa, where all sorts of challenges are awaiting me. I asked Sarazi who he is, and he basically didn't have a good answer for me. Something about cementing his legacy. Up in Predator's Mesa, I end up seeing a ton of these giant birds who for some reason hit me like a Mack truck. I mean, like, I'm still just trying to figure out what my build is and how I should be playing. But sure, have dinosaurs that time forgot absolutely destroy me. I kill a couple of these trolls in a cave, and then I find a hunter that I'm supposed to be hunting, whose name is Split Ear Tahunda. Which I was expecting more, like literally there was nowhere near killing me. Like it was just straight up just, okay, I'm just gonna keep whacking until you're dead. I find Kuzo Thunderclaw, who actually is a magic user. And I think this is like my first real time seeing like lightning and stuff like that. Well, yeah, no, he got slapped hardcore. I'm really not having any issues with any of the combat in this game. But I will say the issue that I am having is mainly with my inventory. I only have like 60 spots and I've received a ton of items. So many items and so few spots. Well, I get to the top of the mesa and I fight Zalahar Okai, but like this dude is massive. Look how tall he is. Doesn't matter though, because I'm a spiky dragon boy and I just absolutely obliterate him. But still, it's hilarious. He's got like a solid 4 feet on me. Last target of this quest is Quillmane, which I drop harder than a sack of potatoes at a French fry convention. We talk to Sarazi and he's like, oh, you did it? Oh, I shouldn't have given you a head start. Dude, put a shirt on. I check out my daily log and reward, and it seems pretty cool, similar to what Guild Wars 2 had before they took it away for the Wizard's Vault. Well, we head south to talk to Kamira, to work with her to kill some undead at the behest of Abnar Tharn. We enter in, and I immediately start ransacking the place and murdering everyone in sight. I mean, they're already dead, so I don't know necessarily if that's really like me murdering. I'm just putting them back to where it's me hitting the reset button on their death, I guess. I figure out with my abilities that if I use dragon spikes into my flame charged weapon, I can dish out a ton of damage pretty quickly. I work to the bottom of this pit, killing all sorts of necromancers and skeletons and looting literally everything. I'm going to have such a problem with inventory. I'm a loot goblin. Well, we just get through about all of these baddies down to the bottom and we see this lady talking to an apparition. But now we have a proper fight on our hands. She's summoning like all these death pools and poison things, but yeah, she goes down pretty quickly. Out of nowhere appears a dragon who absolutely ices all the cat folk that were assisting me. Like, okay, cool. That's fine, I suppose. It's not like any of them were my friends. Now the dragon wants to talk to me. He is called Molomnir, and he says that he controls the Empress of these lands, Euraxia. But he wants Abnar and I to leave Elsewhere, or else he's going to murder us. Legit, like, he just one-shot my whole group, so okay, cool, good talk. Kamira appears and says, like, hey, that was close. Like, 10 of her friends didn't just die, and she was like, oh, I always land on my feet. Now we gotta go talk to Tharn, because this is pretty serious. I get back to Riverhold, and I run into Cadwell, this pots and pans man who's looking more dead each time that I see him. And he rambles on about the betrayer's head. Tharn basically says that the dragon is scared, and we should probably go talk to his half-sister, the Empress Euraxia. I also pick up an ability where my light and heavy attacks cleave. Nice. Before we go off and talk to the Empress, we gotta help these kitty cats that are on the prowl. I have a habit of picking up quests and not following them all the way through. Well, not today, Meowser. We arrive at this animal rescue that was just recently attacked by a dragon. Me being a dragon knight, you know, it's kind of probably something I should handle, I guess. A dragon fighting a dragon knight? I don't know. I approach the cat lady who has a pet lion? Is there something I'm not understanding with the genealogy in this game? So are you like a distant relative? You know what? I'm not going to unpack this. Well, apparently after the dragon swept through and caused a ruckus, and during that, some of the poachers came in and stole a training whistle, which is unremarkable, but it's like exceedingly well crafted. Okay, well, now we charge in and DPS the hell out of everything. I really am getting my rotation down, I think, on top of upgrading and morphing my abilities, which I actually really like this touch. It adds extra flavors to your build and your abilities. Now my two-handed weapon skill causes me to deal more damage with heavy attacks after I use him. That's pretty cool. I destroy everything and everyone in the camps and get the whistle back, but this is not where I expected my shenanigans to end up. During the time that I was away and destroying those camps, some more poachers came in and stole all of the animals. Now we are really on the prowl. Numaya says, hey, why not use my pet monkey to help you out while using his training whistle? Okay. Also, I accidentally double-clicked and somehow missed the text, and now there's this guy helping me. I have no idea who he is, but he's like glitching all over the place. This really made me laugh. We arrive at the poachers camp, and now I am straight up cleaving the hell out of everyone here, every enemy, no chance whatsoever. But I have to rescue these animals in the cages. I blow the whistle, and the monkey shows up and opens up the cage. I'm not usually for shenanigans, but his monkey business is really opening doors for me. No, seriously, he opened the gate to the outpost. So I show up and I literally become an unstoppable force against every one of these mobs here, and legit, this must be their nightmare. You get it? Because I'm a dragon knight. Anyway, I summon the monkey again to steal some keys, and now I have to work my way to where Milksop is, the giant lion who we saw before. But for me to save the giant kitty, I have to fight Rati the Peeler. I don't know if they know who I am, but I absolutely stomp a fiery mud hole through this kitty cat. We save the lion and return to Numaya, who says, oh, there's my favorite ranch hand, which really has the same vibes as this meme.
You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Well, we finish up, and there's one final quest that I'm going to look at, and that is the Riverhold abduction. Back at Riverhold, we start talking to Ishu, who is worried because Cynthia, who I'm guessing is like his daughter, was kidnapped. Well, he turns us away to go find a wood elf who dances and sings at the night. Maybe she saw something. And the elf, for some reason, is standing in a fountain. Ain't nobody got decency nowadays. Well, she says that this lady Tajiri has been behind the stables, so we investigate and find a note, which is really just like in Riddle Talk. In walks Mizik Thunderboots, the best well-dressed kitty cat detective in the land. Well, he has an idea of where we can go, but basically he doesn't want to throw hands. Like, dude, if you're going to be a detective with and detect people, you're probably going to want to at least be prepared to defend yourself, because people are going to fight you. Maybe he's got like the Inspector Jacques Clouseau luck. I don't know. Pink Panther reference. Well, we arrived in the Sleeping Badger camp and immediately start fighting all the bandits. And after fighting all these guys, we end up finding a gold necklace. Mizik uses his best cat deductions and says this doesn't make sense, but we should probably check out this Tajiri lady. So we rush off to the Banished Regrets Inn at Riverhold. As soon as we walk in, we are greeted with Redeza, a masked cat with silky black fur and yellow eyes. I mean, it's not that hard to put this together, guys. Come on, this has to be the daughter, and this kind of makes sense. How many other cats fit that description so well? Well, she threatens us and tells us to leave all these things alone, and that Ishu's daughter left town a long time ago. Then she disappears into a fart cloud. There's also this massive not lion here who can talk. Seriously, I don't understand how any of this works. Did you also notice that Ishu had a bunch of cats that he owned? Anyway, well, we set up a plan to distract Tajiri with gambling while I do a little B&E. And no, I don't mean bacon and eggs. I'm always down for breakfast, but I mean breaking and entering. Mizik does his best to distract the cat lady, but I will say that this tavern has some really, really good music, actually. Outside, I approach this lady's house, but of course it's locked, and I have to figure out how to get in. Damn it, now I have to use lockpicks. I don't even know where to begin with these. I had one and I broke it and I was like, well, that's dumb. Then I figure out that a merchant nearby, you can actually buy lockpicks, which is kind of hilarious. It's against the law and it'll put a bounty on you if you get caught, but like here's literally all the tools that you'll need to break in. So anyway, we try the lock again and I figure out the correct pathway, I guess. I wasn't sure. Anyway, I enter in and find out that I'm now a wanted criminal. Boy, that was fast. Well, with the bounty on my head, now I go and talk to Mizik, and we interpret the note that we found to check out the smuggler's cache up and down the river. It only turns up some information, so we need to go and talk to Ishu again to see if he has any leads, which he's absolutely helpless. Also, we notice all the damn cats that this guy has. Again, like he has like 20 of them running around. I don't know. I'm done trying to guess what happens here. Well, we go back to talk to Mizik and we find him cornered by Redeza again, who confirms that she is the leader of the smugglers. Then another fart cloud and she's gone. Mizik is frightened, but I just tell him not to be a scaredy cat. We leave the inn and track her back to the smuggler's lair, which is like the only underground bunker. Like was it really that hard to find? So here we go, cleaving again, literally slaughtering 100 plus people in the matter of minutes. Maybe not like 100 people, but like still quite a lot of them. At the bottom of the cavern, we finish killing off her bodyguards, but we also get a new leveling greatsword, and it's ready for me to swing with my angry dragon ferocity. Also, my drip isn't complete without the proper sandals. We get to the back of the cave, and in runs in the guard captain with Mizik and Issue, and they're here to arrest Redeza, the smuggler captain. Issue runs over to this cage to find Xynthia, the person that we thought that we were trying to find, and it's literally a cat. I have literally been risking my life for a cat. And it turns out that Redeza is his biological daughter, but apparently he like loved cats more. The hell is this game? Mizik is also of the same mind. Like, why the hell did we do all this just for a cat? But I also point out that we have stopped a major smuggling ring, so that's something. I mean, he's not wrong. Well, we collect our reward, and Mizik says that he will investigate again and wishes me to join him eventually. Sheesh. So Elder Scrolls Online has been an interesting game take, at least for me. The combat has been quite fun, and I think that's the main reason that I wanted to log in again and play it. But I have thoroughly been enjoying the leveling and quest design in this zone Elsewhere. The idea is that each of the zones have its own self-contained story, and it's actually pretty cool, but then the side quests have been unique and engaging, even the ones that are not necessarily a part of the main story of that zone. I've also enjoyed the way that you can like customize your class traits and skills, all for a bit more flexibility. It's very reminiscent of like making your own build, which I very much enjoy. It also appears that I'll be able to get a mount here in the next level or so, which is great because then my poor boy doesn't have to sprint at max speed all times everywhere he goes. It's a bit much. Sheesh, I know I'm specking into stamina, but my dude never gets tired. I will say that I have noticed that my inventory is probably going to be a problem. There's so many items and there's only so many spots that I have, so I have to kind of delegate what's important and not. I mean, it's not to say that this isn't something that I'm not accustomed to, because Guild Wars 2 does give you a ton of items and only so many spots, but this is a common complaint that I've seen about Elder Scrolls, and it's something that I'm going to see here soon. All in all, I've actually enjoyed the simplicity of the leveling experience thus far. Like, there has been some tutorials, yes, but everything is explained fairly easy, and there's really not too many barriers of entry. It's all kind of like what you would expect. I'm excited to continue the journey of my Dragon Knight, and well, to slay a dragon or two. If you missed my first steps into this game, you can click this video here to see my first impressions. Otherwise, stay caffeinated, folks.